Will that fit in my pan? Oh, I haven't brought my pan. Oh my god, if I trip over one more rock I donate a £5 to charity, okay? Don't swanton bomb me from up there. This is earth sheep, this is everyone's gaff, alright? You alright, Mush? Okay? Good. And boom! Hey up, troops. We're back out in slightly more inclement weather than we've experienced recently. And I'm just going to apologise in advance because I'm having to use the microphone on the camera, not the external microphone. Obviously with it pouring down, the external microphone's just getting soggy. So guess where we are? Yeah, the Peak District. Surprise, surprise. And I'm doing something slightly different in the sense that I'm not walking up to a peak or anything. Where we're camping tonight is along a bit of a path, trail, whatever you want to call it. It's not really a trail, the Appalachian Trail. It's a path really. And it's somewhere that I spotted when I was out camping with the family a good few weeks ago. And I thought it looked like a decent spot. Speaking of spot, cows up there, that's nice. Why is that speaking of? Cows have got spots to spot, don't they? So yeah, we're going to do that. So we're on, well, I don't know if the path's got a name, but we were walking down Lathkill Dale, which runs along the Lathkill River. And where we're walking past, up on the ridge right above where we'll be, is the campsite that I used to go to with my mates. When I first started camping with him, we had like mopeds when we were 16 and stuff. And the campsite me and a lot of the kids have been to a few times. That's like right up on the top of a ridge. So the Lathkill River, like most rivers, runs through a massive valley here. It's a really nice place, but weather's a bit ropey. Welcome to Lathkill Dale National Nature Reserve. I didn't realise it was a nature reserve. So we are. Wait, where's this? Overhaddon's there, so we're this side then. Where's Money Ash? You are here. That big yellow sign will give away where we are. So our plan is to go. There is a waterfall somewhere. That's Overhaddon, so we don't want to go that far. We're stopping somewhere about here, I think. And then it goes up, or maybe it's here actually. It goes up to the farm. That's where the Haddon Grove Farm is, the campsite that I've been to a few times. So when I was out with the kids, we walked down here, along there, then we came up this way, and I saw a spot just here, and I thought that'd be good for a camp. So that's the plan. I know it's a bit stereotypical. It's a bit of a unfunny thing to say, but this truly is the fine rain that soaks you through. It doesn't look that bad, but the hat's already dripping. Waterproof cap, by the way. I don't know if I've mentioned that before on the channel. I definitely have. So as you can see, look on the rock here on both sides, this area was once extensively mined, and there is a couple of warnings as you're walking saying watch out for mine shafts, so I better watch out. There is like an old wheelhouse, it's past where we're stopping. I might walk there in the morning actually, I might not, we'll see how I feel. And that shows the, it's an old wheelhouse. Hang on, let me turn you around, sorry, rude isn't it? It's an old wheelhouse. And a bit thick here. An old wheelhouse that's still existing to show how it powered the things, the mine shaft that went on around there, because obviously the mine shaft went underground, and this wheelhouse used the local river, the Lathkill, to power itself. Jesus, this is getting a bit tight. To power itself, and it still exists. I mean, look at that. That's quite evidently where it's been blown out, and that's what's left. Pretty cool when you like, that just looks like a rock, but then when you can see all the individual marks, pretty cool, man. To me anyway, but I am a gimp, so. Mad that I've decided to pick a path with more rocks than I've ever walked on in my entire life on the first day of the year that it's been torrential rain since summer. So that's a good laugh. It's a bit narrower than I remember, although I say that, I've never actually been on this section of the path. I only ever joined it further down at that campsite that I mentioned. So I've never done this top end of it. Lovely though, man. Absolutely lovely. You'll be pleased to know Candy with Andy makes a return. 2 heavyweights again, 2 unbefore-seen heavyweights. Battle it out tonight, and I was gonna get. So I went to Morrison's on the way here, not sponsored, and I was gonna get like some meat and veg to cook. So I hadn't got a camp meal, as they say, whatever you want to call it. And I was in there and I went, all right, okay, what are we getting? Will that fit in my pan? Oh, I haven't brought my pan. So I had to get some like sort of dehydrated pasta pot noodle type things. So we'll see how they are. And they were like £1.20. I got 2 of them because those camp meals are quite substantial. So I got 2 of them. So we'll give them both a whirl tonight. I think I've got a katsu curry one and a bolognese one. That's exciting, isn't it? Oh. God, I'm so boring. Hi guys, yeah, I've got some dehydrated pasta to eat today. Do you want to watch it? I don't know, because fucking hell, these rocks are murder. Which way do we go here? Split the path, left or right. Don't like that bush, don't like them rocks. Let's go left. I say that about being boring, talking about dehydrated pasta. I love watching these type of videos on YouTube. So maybe somebody else does. Oh, you can see the scale of it up there now. I don't know if the camera ever does justice on scales like that. That's pretty high. I've not seen anyone since we joined the path either, although it is. What time are we on now? 7:15 in the evening. It goes dark at 8 and it's raining, so probably to be expected. Oh my god, if I trip over one more rock I donate a £5 to charity, okay? I'll donate, for every rock I trip over from now on, I'll donate a £5 to Mountain Rescue, okay? Promise. And I'll show the donation page somewhere on Instagram or something just to prove I've done it. I think that might be a better route. No, that's deeper foliage than I anticipated. Let's go this way. Okay, so you can see it's opened out now. You can obviously see the obvious shape of the valley. This is now the Lathkill Valley, and I'm not sure how much further, but a bit further down here we'll join the Lathkill River. Now, summer's been pretty dry, so I don't know what water levels are going to be like, but it has rained all day today, so hopefully it's flowing. I don't know if I've mentioned yet, but there's a big waterfall further down, so hopefully we get to see some decent waterfall action. I say a big waterfall, it's a big waterfall for the Derbyshire Peak District. It's not Niagara Falls or Angel Falls, but it's nice to look at, you know. Alright. Also, sorry if I keep like bouncing back with shitty short clips. It's the first time I've worn this waterproof in anger. I only bought it in April-ish. Not had any proper rain since then, so as you can see it's absolutely drenched through. So hopefully it's keeping us warm. And these Shout out the waterproof trousers. Some of the most underrated bits of kit you can have. And they're dead cheap. These were from Decathlon for about £8 or so. And they're not falling down, they're pretty comfy. Anyway, that's me. Waterproof chat over. This place is mental. So we found the Lathkill riverbed. I'm not saying Lathkill River because there isn't any river. Although that's where it would normally run, obviously. Completely dry, probably normal for this time of year, although it has been a super hot summer. But yeah, the more we go down and follow it, hopefully we'll pick up a bit of wet. Not that we haven't already had enough wet. Oh. Grow up. Well, I found the waterfall. I was here in Easter bank holiday, which was what, April. I sat in this very spot with Laura and the two kids and looked at this waterfall. It's beautiful, isn't it? Look at that, stunning. Stunning. That was in April, that was absolute, I mean that shows how hot the summer's been, right? In April that was full to like here. You couldn't get this close down. Not a drop. Is it wet on? Like, is it wet on there? It's not even dripping down. Like the moss isn't wet either. Oh, you can't normally see that. Oh, what a sweet little spot. Wow, those tree roots. You can't normally see that. Wow. There we have it. Let's go down the Lathkill River. I was further down the river than I thought I was, to be honest. I would normally have, when I walk down from the campsite, I'm on that bit now. We're probably not too far away from where we turn left to try and find the spot, but that's mad. I think I took a picture in April. If I took a picture, I'll put a picture on the screen to show you what it was like. I'm sure I took a picture. I must have done. What berries are they? My bushcrafting berry knowledge is crap. I want to get better. What are they? Not a clue. Juniper berries, is that a thing? I thought they were blueberries at first. Don't know what they are. There's loads of them though. I shan't eat any. Imagine that. 36-year-old dad of two keels over on Lathkill riverbed due to eating unknown berry. More to follow. Hope is not lost. Water in the riverbed. I don't know where that's come from though. That waterfall was like 100 metres back there. And then now there's water here. Not sure where it's running from. So I'm pretty sure the spot is up there. Because this is where we sat with the kids and had lunch there. We had some dinner there. I mean, there would be an alright spot. Imagine that. Can you hear the river down there? It's not very flat though, it's quite... You can hear a bit of the river. The shrubbery or foliage, whatever you want to call it, in that river is mad. It's so well grown. So, I mean, we could probably find a pitch here. Like, that's probably ideal there, but I'm not going to. I'm going to walk up that hill. Because where I remember, I'm a bit close to the I'm a bit close to the camera. No, where I remember is it was just up this road here. It's just up this path, but it opens out a little bit. It's a bit clearer than this. And this is the path here, so at least it's away from the path a little bit. I don't know if you're going to be able to see that because it's dark under these trees, but look at that tree. It's grown out the wall and straight up. I've never seen anything like that. Straight out the wall, right angle, up. Trees are mad. Fair play tree. Oh, it's a bit of a, oh my god, that's daunting. Yes lads, don't swanton bomb me from up there. That's where I thought we could pitch. It looks like there's signs of wood there as well. Someone made a fire. Oh no, thought that was a fire pit. So yeah, I think we can. So I only looked at it from the path here. It's a bit lumpier. A bit lumpier than I anticipated. I think we can get something, make something work. It's it is bumpy. Is there a bit of a plateau there? What's on the top of that? Sorry for spinning you around, you must be dizzy. Oh. Is this better? I'm not sure. Lumpier everywhere than I thought it was. Just these big tufts of grass everywhere. Okay, we've gone back to the original spot. We're going to go here, and then hopefully out the front door should have a decent view of that, which would be nice. The rain stopped as well. Well, might as well have stopped. Tiny little specks. I'm not enjoying these flies though. They're like, don't know if they're like little black flies or something. Maybe the ones that you can bite you. They don't sting, they bite, and you go, ah, you bastard, and then nothing else happens really. But they're not blue balls. Ooh, that was a deep growl. Yes, my G. That was a big grunt. I think he's just said in sheep. Not pitching up there, are you, Shag? This is our gaff. This is earth sheep. This is everyone's gaff, alright? We live in harmony together. But some people would eat you, given the opportunity, alright? It's getting wet. It's getting wet in here. There we go. Given that we're on a bit of a hill, I don't think I hate that. It's a bit slack in the ridge, but it's not too bad. I'm not going to put the guy lines out for now, but what a spot, eh? What a spot, referee. Got to be careful, obviously. I don't think it's going to... Let me spin you around. I don't think it's going to rain too much tonight according to the forecast, but obviously we're on the side of a hill and that side's raised up from the ground, so could end up getting interesting. I think it'll be alright. Especially on grass, it was going to absorb it surely, although it has rained all day, so it's probably at its limit. Right, I need to get everything inside. Now's the tricky part. To take waterproofs off to try and not get the tent wet, but also to not get wet from the outside whilst you get in. It's never easy. Oh man, I think I did an okay job there. Oh my god, the ground is so uneven. Let me get that off as well. Woo! Okay, we're in. I'm a bit wet up top, so I don't know if that rab... I mean, it has been raining non-stop for about 2 hours. Hour and a half, maybe. I'm conscious of them flies getting in, but I do need to have this open momentarily. So this is the X-Mid 1 version, whatever the one that came out 2025, I think it's version 3. I think the pole was a bit close. Gutted I haven't got the footprint down because I've got no vestibule cover, which I would like to have, but anyway. Right, get me shit sorted, come on. Got the pad down. Trousers are a little bit wet at the bottom where it must have ran down, so I can't stay in these too long because I don't want to get everything inside wet. The only worry is that this inner is on the outer, and the amount of water running off the bottom of the tent out there is rather a lot. It's not supposed to be raining now. I want to obviously get me quilt. Oh, I've got a quilt for the first time. I bought the Optimus quilt. The one that's not the coldest one, the next one up. Like, is it a 600 or something? It's silvery grey. So I'm trying that out for the first time. Also, oh, my waterproof socks are soaked. Oh man, what an invention. I've only just realised they are drenched. But obviously you don't feel it. I've just touched my foot for the first time. They are dripping wet. Socks on the inside, lovely and dry. However, it does mean I'm going to have to put these on every time I want to go for a week, so I'm not putting dry socks into a wet shoe. Ugh. Right, I'm going to carry on getting my stuff ready. You don't need to see how do you, not bother about that. Oh, show me you pumping an airbed up. No. Not today. Ta-da! I'm sat on a sleeping pad. With being a big person, I'm 6'4" and I'm not narrow, as you can probably see. A one-man tent is difficult to navigate, but I'm doing alright so far, I think. To be fair, out of one-man tents that exist, I think the X-Made 1, which is what this is up there in terms of space, isn't it? It's quite long. There's the corners at each end which you get the space for, so I'm not hating it at the minute, and I'm sat up okay, 6'4", good, and I'm sat in one of the apexes ish, a little bit further over, but there's enough space. Still coming down with rain outside. I'm really hoping we don't get an issue floating down here, because this bathtub floor's not very taut. I don't know why that is, because the pole's straight, but the bathtub's not. It's a bit floppy here. So if water runs down, it'll just run down and in. I suppose once I zip it up, once I zip it up, it tightens up, I suppose. Yeah, I suppose it needs the shape, don't it? What the hell am I talking about? Right, it's time to have some dinner, and honestly, it's 8:35. Whenever I come on these trips, one night camping away, hardly a trip. Whenever I come on these adventures, these expeditions, can you hear that rain? Come on. I tend to just stay up, like, doom scrolling on my phone, which is the opposite of why I'm here. Whoa, here we go. Yeah, that. It's supposed to have stopped by now, by the way. Oh. So, I'll tell you what, I should pick my bag up really, shouldn't I? Rest it on the trekking pole. Gives me a bit more room there then. Woo! Yeah, I'm going to have to watch that side, man. The water there is wild. Sorry, I'm miles away there. Yeah, I've got no signal whatsoever here. However, I have downloaded Gangs of New York, which I haven't watched for a few years, so I'm going to give that a watch. I don't feel overly hungry. And I didn't put my bottle of water in the rucksack pouch. So, did I put it in here? I didn't. That's in the car somewhere. Oh! Candy with Andy? Alright, I'll show you. Frutella Duo Sticks, big time sweet. Sour Patch Kids, big time sweet. Who knows what we're having there. Can of Coke Zero, and then the two things I was talking about that I got last minute. King Pot Pasta, Bolognese. Naked Japanese style. Huh? Oh, it's the brand is Naked and it's Japanese style. It's not Naked Japanese style. Katsu curry. So I'm going to have them. Although if I'm honest, I'm not that hungry at the minute. What time is it now? 8:37. I'm not hungry. I'm not in a drastic rush. What I might do, do you know there's a little clip on the outside of the fly sheet on this side? I'm going to put the guy line on there. I've got a spare guy line in my bag, just so it pulls it away from this inner. Because I haven't got the best pitch given the ground, I can just feel this outer is sagging just a smidge, and I'll stick a guy line on and tension it out so it stays out, I think. So in the top of my rucksack I carry this little red dry bag, and in here is some, have I got my first aid kit here? In here is spare guy lines which I've just made up. I highly recommend you just get some of them and keep them in your bag. If your guy line fails on your tent, get some of them, stick a little carabiner on the end, hook that where your guy line was, and then peg it out, and it'll do for the night. I'm going to go and do that on the one over there. And I think I've got 4 of these in here. Yeah, 4 of them, and then some elastic. You never know when you need bits of elastic, do you? So yeah, if I were you, I would always fit. How much the space that takes up, I would definitely take some. And to be honest, I had some tape in here as well. I had some rolls of duct tape that I could use, but I've used it at home. I haven't replaced it. So whilst I'm there going, oh, you should always carry spare guy lines. Yeah, well, carry tape as well, Andy. So what I'm going to do is attach these guy lines onto this point here. And that should just pull that out a little bit to stop it touching the inner so much. I need to figure out the pitch why. Maybe if I put the guy lines out and put some tension on them, it'd probably make the pitch of the apex a bit better, but I'll stick the guys on there first. Right, so there we go. Not the neatest looking thing, I know, but it'll do a job. It'll keep that side panel pulled out to stop it touching the inner, all being well. I've done it on the same this side as well, you'll see. A bit uglier that side, to be fair, but you can see the ground that it's on. It's like so difficult to get a square pitch. So saggy in the middle. Upset with myself actually. I pride myself on my pitching. Dark in the valley. Let's get some scran on. Oh, he's coming down again. We got those guy lines out just in time. Whew. This is fine as long as it stays dry in here, do you know what I mean? It's a lovely sound, very relaxing, very peaceful. Just need in here to stay dry, that's the key thing. I'm sort of got a bit of an irrational fear. Well, it's not irrational, I don't like being wet when I'm sleeping in the tent. But I remember when I went camping when I was like, I don't know, maybe 14, 15. And I also had no idea how to pitch a tent properly. And it poured down and I woke up and I was covered in water. The inside was dripping on me, it was bad. And ever since then I've always just been like, nobody wants water in the tent, I get that. Oh, I love it when my tent drips in, I can't get enough. Nobody says that, I know that. But I'm always like dead conscious about it. I'm always checking the inner, like, is that touching? Right, I better go and sort that straight away. Which is probably not a bad thing really, is it? But I am a bit over the top of it. Well, the rain, wait, what time is it now? 9:25, so it's about an hour after that heavier rain started, and it has died off for the most part, to be honest with you. It's just started again, just as I've just been laid down listening to some tunes. I've got no signal whatsoever. I've downloaded things on Netflix. I've just opened Netflix to watch an episode of 1883 or whatever, that prequel to Yellowstone's date, 1886, 1883, whatever it is. And Netflix has logged itself out, and I can't log back in because I've got no signal, so that's good. So I can't watch anything. The only other thing I've got is downloaded songs on my phone from Spotify, so from like when I go on aeroplanes and stuff. So that's what I've been listening to. I've had some Doves, The Enemy, The Twang, and The Rifles, and I've really enjoyed it. So yeah, it's quite nice. I say this all the time, right? I went to Bilbao in start of August, I think it was, end of July, start of August. And I lost my phone on the first night. It fell out my pocket. I went back to where I think it fell out my pocket and it wasn't there. Long story short, never got it back. So I spent another 2.5 days in Bilbao with no phone. I was with all my mates, so that was fine. I had my wallet so I could pay on my card. I wasn't reliant on my phone to pay for anything. So I got in touch with Laura and said, Luke, I've lost my phone. Don't worry. You won't hear from me for a few days, but I'll be back on Monday or whatever it was. And I had the best few days ever. When we were at every bar, I never went on my phone. Well, obviously I didn't have it. And I had a really good time. And I came back going, right, I'm not going on my phone as much. That's it now. I'm not using my phone as much. And guess what? I got my phone. I got my replacement phone from the insurance, which was really pain free actually. And I'm back at it. And I need to get out of that trap, because whenever I'm just sat at home, or whenever I'm you're at a bar or a pub or a restaurant or whatever, and someone says, right, I'm just going to the loo, and you go, all right, no worries, see you in a minute. First thing I do, phone out. And we're all the same, aren't we? Or most people are the same these days. And I want to get away from that, because those days in Bilbao were really, really good. And I came back going, right, I'm not doing that again now, and I still do it. But now I've got no signal. I've just been listening to tunes, staring at the roof of the tent, having a nice time. But I wouldn't have, if I'd have had signal now, I'd have been scrolling something. I really wish that I could not do that. Right, it's now 9:30. I was going to make some dinner. The rain just started again, and now it has stopped actually. So shall I do some dinner? I don't think I'm that hungry though. Like I don't think I want anything. I don't have to have dinner, do I? Like, I'm an adult, I can say, you know what, I'm not hungry. I don't need to eat something if I'm not hungry. You know, I can do that, so that is what I'm going to do. I'm going to say I am an adult and I'm not eating any dinner tonight. So, there we go. I did have some strawberries on the drive here, so maybe I'm full from that. Well, I'm probably not actually. Although I did a little bit of Baldoutdoors Outdoors law, or Andy law. I got diagnosed with ADHD in August last year. And I started the medication on Thursday. It's now Saturday. And my appetite has dropped so much. I don't, which is probably a good thing, you know. I just don't feel hungry as often. I'm still eating, you know, I'm not going to waste away. But I think, from what I've read, ADHD is seeking dopamine to make you feel good because your chemicals aren't quite right in your brain. Or parts of it are, obviously. And some things that can make you feel good momentarily is having a chocolate biscuit. And where I work at home, I work in the office at the back of the house. And if I want to go to the toilet, I go to the toilet at the front of the house. And on the way back, I go through the kitchen. And on the way there, I go through the kitchen. And I used to, on the way back to my desk, I would, you know, see what's in the cupboards, maybe get a little digestive or something, or get something out of the cupboards. And since I've started this medication on Thursday, I haven't been doing that. And I think that's because things are sort of balanced out in my brain where I don't need that chocolate biscuit to get feeling good. Anyway, a bit sciencey. I'm not really sure if that's how it works, but that's the way I think it works in my head. Right, so what we will do is candy with Andy, because we're not doing king pot pasta with Andy. We'll come to that another time. I've got this kind of... I haven't drank anything since I've been up here. I've been pitched up for about 2 hours. I've not had a drink. Come on, let's change that right now. One more thing before I just keep rambling on. I should probably change the angle so it keeps it interesting. That's what I've read. Change the angle of the camera so it's not just one constant shot. I should probably cut that though and then put it there. I probably shouldn't just move it around. What was I going to say? What was I just on about then? I hadn't had a drink. I don't know. I don't know what I was going to say. Right, candy with Andy. Let's have a go. I tell you what we have had up here. The amount of bloody daddy long legs that have come in the tent. I've had about 8 or 9 fly in. I've had to like catch them and throw them out underneath the fly sheath. So, we've got the Frutalla Duo Sticks. Oh, they're the long ones. I didn't realise they were that long. Okay, good. Yeah, I'm into that. We've gone with a strawberry and a cola. Cola not my favourite. I'd rather a fruit flavour. Then we've got Sour Patch Kids. Alright then, I'm going to start with the Frutalla. If you want my honest opinion, I think I'm going to like the Frutalla more. These remind me of them. When you were a kid, did you ever used to go to Spain on holiday, and then when you came back you got them sweets in the airport? They remind me of them a little bit. Oh, here we go. Oh, yeah. Fruity, chewy sweets. Frutalla, Skittles are up there. Starburst. Just the best. That's a good sweet. And because we're in the end of August, in fact it's like, wait, what day is it today? It's September in 2 days. What? Yeah, it's September in 2 days. You're fucking joking. No. September is like Halloween season basically. Bonfire night. It's fucking Christmas. Honestly. What happened? Where's it go? I don't know how old you are. I think people who are my age, or in the 30s maybe, towards the mid to late 30s will all agree, or maybe some of you don't, but I would agree. Obviously I'd agree, it's my idea, that I've become inherently conscious of time in my mid-30s. As in, wait, that's another year gone. We get what, 75 on average, 76, 77? Another one gone. Sound fucking nice, depressing, isn't it? We started about this. No, actually, I think we started about the state of the world. In fact, do get restarted, because Sour Patch Kid, by the way. Quite nice actually. Wait, that is good. They're not as sour as I thought they were. There's a sheep going wild outside. Yeah, they're quite good actually. Lemon, orange, raspberry, blackcurrant, lime. You alright, Mush? Okay? Good. Yeah, they're good. I like them, but Frutella Sticks wins it for me. That one is sour. Orange. Oh my god. See that? I don't like that. I don't like that feeling. Like, the first two were actually quite nice. Right, now let's talk about the state of the world. I want to, because people say don't talk politics, and I don't hate you if your politics don't align with me. Let me make that abundantly clear. I don't mind. I think people should talk politics, but people need to try and, another daddy long legs, not get as tribal. Like, you can, if you're a reform enjoyer, you can still talk to someone who supports Labour and still be mates with them if you want to. I know, I mean, that is quite opposite really, but a lot of your views... Is he stuck in it? A lot of your views can still align. As in, your politics will never align, but general life views can still align. Let me shut this to stop it. There's another fucking daddy long leg here. Get out of here. T-zip on the X-Mid Mark III or whatever it is. Anyway, so yeah, I just want people to understand, or try to understand, Cole one's quite nice, that immigration as a whole is beneficial to every country in the West. As a whole, there are people who come over and commit crime. There are many indigenous, well, it's not indigenous, the indigenous people are the Picts and the Celts in the UK, and the Native Americans, but let's say what everyone would call the British people, American people. Many of those people commit crimes, more so per capita than the immigrants who come over. But people, well, there'll be a crime, they'll go, what was the nationality? He was British. Where from? Was he white? Yeah, oh, okay, yeah, no, I mean, it happens, man. People commit crimes. It happens. Sorry, another crime. What nationality? And where's he from? And what's his religion? Right then, get him out, get him. You know what I mean? That's literally the mentality. And people going, oh, they're putting him in hotels and it's costing too much. It's costing a lot and it's a shitty system. They shouldn't be putting hotels for that long. But that's not our choice. Also, I don't know the numbers. I did read it the other day, but I can't remember. It was costing us $6 billion a year to house asylum seekers in hotels. That is expensive, you're right. However, how many hundreds of billions is being avoided by the lads at the top of the ladder? And I'm not talking about your lawyers on 150 grand a year, or your brain surgeons on 400 grand a year. I'm talking about those with tens and tens and hundreds of millions and billions of pounds. They're where the money needs to come from, because they're the ones who are not paying in. Oh, if you tax them, they'll all leave. Good. Fuck off. Someone else will fill that gap. Like someone said the other day, you think if you make Amazon pay as much tax as they should do, they'll just leave, and then all those jobs will go? Wait, so firstly, you think Amazon will say there's a market worth 40 billion in the UK, we made 60 billion profit last year, if we paid the right tax we probably would have made 40 billion. Do you think they'd turn the nose at 40 billion? No, for a start. Secondly, if Amazon were to leave, you don't think somebody else would fill that gap? You don't think someone like a Tesco or an Asda or someone with the infrastructure that could do what Amazon do would fill that gap and go, what, I have to pay tax and I make 40 billion based on... Yeah, all right, I'll do that. Of course they would. Like, we existed fine without Amazon. And Vodafone and Google and Starbucks and all the other knobheads that take advantage of the British economy and don't pay into it like they should. Anyway, basically, your enemy for 99% of people in this country are not arriving by boat. They're arriving by private jet and helicopter and yacht. That's where the... You think, if you... Right, let's just... I'm talking to stereotypical reform voter who's from Stoke. There's loads of them in Stoke. Middle-aged white bloke who's got 300 quid in savings and he's £5,000 into his overdraft. And he thinks his problems are because people are in hotels in Hanley, in Stoke. Let's just say Reform get into power and we deport all of those people like this bloke, this imaginary bloke wants. You're still going to be in your overdraft, mate. Your life isn't going to get any better. You're not all of a sudden going to be like... You haven't done the bit that you need to progress, have you? You know, if you want to be a brain surgeon, you haven't done the bit at the beginning to be a brain surgeon. You can't then turn around and go, well, they're ruining my life. God, the world could be so lovely. Imagine there's just a bloke out. There's 25 reform voters outside this tent now, aren't there, listening to me. Sorry, lads. I'm only joking. I'm only kidding, boys. All the best. But look, everyone is entitled to their own opinion. Doesn't mean you can't be mates with people. That's what it's like, though, isn't it? What is in America? It's worse, man. What, he's a liberal? What, he's a Democrat? I want him dead. Like, it's literally that bad, isn't it? It's insane how polar it is. You know the other thing I hate about politics? I wonder how many people are going to unsubscribe because I'm talking about politics. But the thing that I hate about politics is how certain things like climate change have become politicised. Like, whether you believe it's man-made or not, the climate, the Earth, is warming up. Whether you believe it's man-made or it's natural, it's warming up. That's a fact. You can't argue that. But I hate how it's become politicised now. If you're a Republican, you can't think climate change is man-made. You're just not allowed. And if you're a Democrat, you can't think it's not man-made. You have to go as man-made climate change, which it probably is. But I hate how things like topics like that are politicised and like you have to pick a side. And it's just so polarising. And so many Western countries have these two parties. And there just should be... I don't know. I'm looking forward to seeing what this Corbyn and Sultana party come out with. I'm not saying it's going to be fantastic. It might not be. But at least it'll be interesting to have another horse in the race with another option. If there's Labour, Tory, Reform, Lib Dem, Greens, what is it called? Your party or whatever. It's going to be interesting to see how that goes in a few years' time. Because I do think there is a gap on the left-hand side of the political spectrum. Now Labour have become far more centrist. Thank you for listening to my political chatter. That is the end of it. The world can be a better place. All your problems are not caused by immigration. Please. There's another daddy long legs, but it's outside the inner. Please look up the ladder before you look down the ladder. It's easy for people who are doing okay for themselves in the UK to punch down at people who arrive with nothing and to go, they're causing all the problems. Look up the ladder. And don't look at the next 20 rungs, not the next 50 rungs. Like the people are, what, you don't want people to do well? You don't think people should be earning 500 grand a year? Yeah, if you go for it, man. Go for it. People shouldn't be earning 500 million a year. That's where we have a bit of inequality. Right. That's Candy with Andy done. That section's going to be 15 minutes of this video, and I'm not bothered. I'm not editing it out. It's raw and uncut. That's Candy with Andy done. Frutella Duo Sticks beats Sour Patch Kids, but they are a good run. Now, let's move the camera to another angle. Now, Candy with Andy has kind of run its course because I was in Morrison's today and I didn't really have many more sweet options left to get. So, what do we do instead? What's after Candy with Andy? What's next? Somebody said do review hot drinks and we'll call it Scalding and Balding, which I think is a genius idea, but how many hot drinks can I do? Cup of soups, hot chocolates, green teas. There's probably quite a few actually in there. Scalding and Balding. Genius. So if there's any other ideas what we can do, crisps is obviously the obvious one. How do you get Andy Bald Outdoors into crisps though. That's the question. Right, I'm actually going to get my quilt out now. I'm going to lie down. The time is... Move the camera to a different angle, that's cute. The time is 21:42. I've had a new watch, by the way. I broke my Fitbit Versa 4. I dropped it out of the car when I got back from camping a few weeks ago with the family. Dropped it on the driveway and it smashed. I got a Huawei Fit 3. It was only 65 quid off Amazon. It had a 20 quid off voucher on the day that I got it, which was lucky. It's bob on. I really like it. It's got similar features to the Versa, but way better. Like, you can just... It updates weather constantly. It's got a 10 or 12 day battery life. Like, the weather is on here, like, really cool. You can see the forecast. According to this, it's not going to rain now for the rest of the night, although I don't know if I believe that. Not raining now till 10 in the morning, but we'll see. So yeah, I'm really happy with that. There is a daddy longlegs battering this inner here. Right, gonna chill out. Make sure that sheep's okay. Listen to some more tunes. See where the night takes me. Hopefully to sleep, because this would be the earliest I've been to bed for about 3 years, which would be quite nice actually. No phone to scroll. What am I going to scroll? My old photos. Well, that's something I found out about my phone. You can't even look through your old camera roll because it's all saved to the cloud, so you can't even scroll that far back. It's, you know, when you used to sit on the toilet as a kid or as a young adult before phones were out, and you used to read the instructions, read the ingredients on shampoo and toothpaste. I'm at that level, like reading the how to pitch an X-Men. I should probably read this actually, because I didn't do a very good bloody job, did I? Oh, you should pitch the two corners opposite first, not the other way. I mean, we are on horrendous ground. I don't know if Dan Durston himself could get a decent pitch out of this. Right, see you in a bit. Bye. Morning. Did you sleep well? Me? Yeah, not bad actually. Took me a little while to actually get off to sleep. But once I fell asleep, I think I woke up twice. I've opened the door here and we've got a lovely little morning. I'll turn it around and show you, but yeah, once I actually got to sleep it was alright. The weather forecast was right, it didn't rain again. So, you know, with the concern we had about being water running in was no need. Yeah, it rained for... Once we had the tent up, it was about an hour, and then it didn't rain for the rest of the night. So, right, get a load of this. Not a bad looking morning for me. Ugh. Little sunrise popping up. Won't see it obviously, we've been in the valley, but beautiful, isn't it? Lovely that. Right. Sorry, let me turn you back round. That's not been very professional, has it, that turning it round? I'm gonna start packing up a little bit. Now it says only 6:10. So I'm gonna pack up a little bit and then just have a little look out the window for a bit, I think. What a morning, by the way. That is a scandalously good morning. So last night, tent was great. That's there. The guy line's gone a bit saggy because I've opened the door, so it's popped off the peg. Don't worry about that. Tent was great. Fine with a one-man tent. It was a bit tricky to get going and get set up. Obviously the ground isn't ideal. You can see the gap between the fly and the floor there. It's all a bit wobbly. You can see it's going downhill that way as well, but it was fine. With having a load of wet gear, it was great that the Hexmid has two decent sized vestibules. Put all the wet gear one side and the non-wet gear the other side. And slept fine. I was worried about the width, that I'd roll over and touch the sides, but didn't notice that at all. So maybe as long as one-man tents are long enough, which the Hexmid is, a lot of one-man tents aren't, then I'll be fine. But it was it's a nice little change of pace actually, knowing that I can stay in a one-man tent. Now, I don't want to be the most stereotypical guy in the world, but quilts are bloody class. I've always used a sleeping bag, I've never used a quilt. In the summer months I just open the sleeping bag up and use it as a quilt anyway. But using that Optimus quilt, yeah, decent. I don't want to be that guy that's like, oh, you've not used a quilt? Oh, you've got to try it. It doesn't restrict you like a sleeping bag. It's true. It was really, really nice. I was plenty warm enough. It's down to about according to the forecast, 10 degrees this morning. It is pretty chilly, there's a bit of wind as well. And I was absolutely warm all night. Didn't wake up, I think I woke up twice, so didn't wake up properly because it was cold or anything, obviously. So yeah, looking forward to getting used down to about 4 or 5 degrees maybe. But yeah, last night plenty warm enough, didn't notice any draft. I always sleep with my down jacket on anyway, because I don't like having to get like all squeezed up to stay warm. I just like draping it over me. But yeah, no problems at all. Really enjoyed it. Looking forward to giving a quilt another bash. So what we're going to do is, you can walk obviously back down the valley and along the river, which is the way we came, or you can go up the valley, around the bend a little bit and up and over the top here. And then you walk past some farms, but it's not, the only thing about going that way is you have to walk along the road for like the last mile or two. But going this way, we get to go to the top of the valley and we can look down onto the valley, as opposed to walking down it and back through it, which is what we did yesterday anyway. So yeah, I'm going to go that way this morning. Yeah, we get to see different things. I know half of it's along the road, which is a bit pap, but whatever. Right, we're going to get some action. Going to get packed up. Oh, everything's still wet, obviously. These socks I've got on are wet, my boots are soaked. My waterproof socks are the best thing I've ever bought for camping. Like, they're soaked, the inside of my boots are soaked, but my feet are dry. It's such a good invention. And I know you're not supposed to like walk in a down jacket, are you? Because it doesn't ventilate as very well, and you just sweat on the inside. It'll make you colder, but it's only like 3.5, 4 miles back to the car, so I don't think I need to worry about that, because everything else is soaked. So I'd rather just put this on and not be covered in things that are wet. So what a morning. Welcome to Sunday. We'll get packed up and we'll get on the move. Worst sound ever in camping. Oh. That's it, that's where we were. You can see how bumpy it is around that path. I can't believe we managed to get an half decent pitch there, to be fair, looking at it. Also, someone very kindly left us a baby wipe in that area, so we've picked that up, and that's in the bag as well. Well, the front pocket, I haven't put it in my actual bag. Right, let's get a wriggle on, eh? Look at that, hang on. The morning is just getting better. Right, phone, wallet, got everything. Let's get up this valley. What a spot, gents. Came up. Really happy with that. That's, I think, the first time I've found a spot that is of my own doing, if you know what I mean. As in, not walking to a spot that I know someone else has camped before. I don't know if anyone's ever camped there, they must have. It was the first one I've found and scoped whilst I was out walking, which I'm happy with. top of the valley near the road now, and this is the campsite in question I was talking about yesterday. Haddon Grove Farm Caravan and Camping. Now I'm absolutely not affiliated with them, obviously, but I first came here when I was about 14. Then I came on mopeds with my mates, and I've been with mates in cars, and most recently with the kids and Laura a few times. And it's been improved loads over the years, but they're just good. It's just a great campsite. Lovely people that run it. They've put money in to invest it and upgrade it. It's now got some newer toilet blocks and shower blocks, and it's really clean and tidy. So yeah, but it used to be ran by an older gent who unfortunately I'm led to believe has passed on. And when I was there last time, I was speaking to, I think it was the son-in-law, who's taken the reins and done a really good job of updating things and modernising things. So yeah, if you're ever looking for a campsite in this area of the Peaks, can't recommend it enough. I've been 15-20 times over the course of 20 years or so. Probably more than that actually, a couple of times a year maybe even. No, maybe 20 times. But yeah, it's bob on. Anyway, I'm now just wandering up the long road from the farm. At the top of there is a road that runs side to side, and we're going down there to where Moniash is, where we left the car. So I think it's about 2.5 miles or so from here, but it's all on the road now, so not much to film. So I think we'll wrap things up. In conclusion, bumpy pitch, rainy yesterday. I mean, look at that today compared, fucking banging. But we stayed dry where it mattered, inside the tent. The rain stopped. We had a good night's sleep. We've had a cracking morning. It's now 7 minutes past 7. We're having a walk and we're going home for some breakfast. I mean, I don't know if weekends get much better than that. Stoke lost yesterday, so maybe that could have improved the weekend, but it's as good as it gets, man. Right, if you've got this far, you deserve a Pride of Britain award. Cheers for watching, and I'll be back out more often now. Summer's been wild with the plans with the kids and the families, to be expected. Now it's getting colder, the nights are drawing in. Plans are less common. So we'll still go out with the kids at the weekend, but it won't be like overnight jobbies like we've been doing. So much more time for camping, which is what I prefer the shoulder seasons anyway. It's a little bit cooler. Right, see you next time. All the very best.